Alright, Shalom Yisrael. When the staff is always by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The belongs to the Apostle of GMS. I'm honest to you about doing the work in truth or sincerity. I just got a quick one for you. I was watching Apostle Taha's video on of Bantu's Israelites, right? And the reason why this kind of hit a chord with me is because I'm so-called Zimbabwean, and when I was looking at the history, what there is anyway, is what a lot of the things I found out is you had a lot of basically the Bantu group of people, as you know, as Esau would say, the Bantu peoples basically originated in West Africa, and then kind of basically moved outwards, went eastward, southward, because that's what people do. People migrate. Right, and Lord's will, I can go more extensively into this at some point. If, like I said, if the Lord's will, which is why you've got something as a Bantu language group. For instance, I remember, a few years back, was at a Congolese friend's house, and the person said nyama, right, which translated is meat. Right, and that's exactly the same as it is in the language spoken in Zimbabwe, i.e. Shona, right? But like I said, it's just an introductory, and those will do a deeper video into it, when I go into it proper. But one of the things Vocab Malone says, because the video is about Apostle Taha getting on Vocab Malone, is that we've basically stolen these so-called Jews, what do you call it, heritage, which is not true. It's not true at all. Right, our heritage, this is our heritage, right, which they have taken and they have basically polluted, right, because the scriptures, as I'm about to read in Jeremiah 17:4, says this, it says, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled the fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. And the point there is, shall discontinue from thine heritage, right? And that's what Israel has done. Israel goes by the names of, African American. For the longest time, I was going by the names Zimbabwean, Congolese, Ugandan, Nigerian. Not saying all of the people in those places are mentioned are Israelites, but the scriptures are plain and simple. That Israel will be. In fact, let me get it. This is Isaiah 11:11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Ainah, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Right? And this is basically everywhere. Right? And carries on to say, it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nation, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So what's those two verses saying? That Israel scattered among the whole world, man. Which is why a lot of these guys ain't spiritual, right? Because another thing that was spoken about is DNA tests and all of that good stuff. Well, not good stuff. All of that falsehood, all of that false science. This is Romans 8:16. Says the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are children of the Most High. Now, if you could, basically, I'm bringing that out because I'm saying it. This is all spiritual. Because there's certain times, someone will come up to camp. You say, this guy's a Jake. They have spirit vibes with ours, etc., etc., etc. Other times, a heathen will come up. You can say, nah, this guy's spirit is off. This guy's a heathen, right? Because it's a spiritual thing. If we're able to do, trace lineage using DNA, then that will remove the whole spirituality out of it. Then that would mean that you will be able to say that those aren't the real Jews and that they should not be in that land. Right, that will upset prophecy. Right, because it was needed that, Esau set himself up and went and took that land so that he can, be destroyed in that land. and that's the chief house of Esau, i.e. Amalek, right? It says Revelations 2 and 9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. This was originally speaking about one of the 7 churches in Asia Minor, but now can be applied to those so-called Gotterites, man. Because they're the only people on the face of the earth these days that are calling themselves Jews and are not. And they are the synagogue of Satan. Why? Because Satan means adversary. They're our enemies. The scripture says we shall be sold unto our enemies. Right? Let me just get another one. Right? This is Zechariah 9 and 6. It says, and the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I'll cut off the pride of the Philistines. Right? And it's that the point there is that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Right? Now, where's Ashdod right now? And who's dwelling there? It's so-called Jews, man. Gotterites, man. Right? But this is Revelations 12 and 6. It says, and the woman, it's referring to Israel, fled into the wilderness. And this wilderness here is talking about the west coast of Africa. Which, as I said at the top of the video, is where the quote-unquote Bantu group of people originated before they migrated across Africa. Right? It says where she had a place prepared of the Most High, and that place, is America, because they were going to be sold into slavery there. It says that they should feed her there for 1,203 school days. Right? But like I said, this is all just prophecy, and the people that aren't gonna get it ain't gonna get it because they ain't meant for them to get it. And it's only the elect that are gonna get it, which is a small number in comparison to those that won't. So with that, like I said, Lord's will properly go into this because this is history that pertains directly to me, and yeah. So Lord's will, So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.